you like that. It's great to see you again. Bye. So I bought this cheese here. It cost me $40, and there is a hair stuck to it.
I am so into shots anyway. Welcome back again, guys. Nori here, and today we are going to start our game. Now, I noticed that in the last game of Myositis, unfortunately, the sound got mixed with my sound, which is not that good. It's not that good. Just voice volume. I'm gonna let the voice there, but sound volume just gonna go down more. This one also. I don't want it to interrupt my voice. That's all. Okay. Now let's start the game. Load where we were. Wait, let me check if I am online. I wanna see. The way I check it is through just going to my YouTube channel using my phone. Do you guys do that? I mean, do you guys do that when you go streaming? Do you go to your stream and check if you're online or not, or you have your own way? Because streaming for me is still new, and I can't do it with any game I want. So, I'm going to do it with novel games because it's easier for me to do it. Wait, I need to record also. Blah 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 blah. Let me hit the recording button. Start recording. Because OBS is already heavy, and with my 6 years laptop, I cannot do it. Anyway, please help me out by subscribing and liking my videos. And if you ever tap on my stream, I have a link down in my description. If you ever tip me, I really appreciate it, and the funding will go to buying new items that required for me to make more content for you guys, which is like gaming headset, microphone, all that shit, all that stuff. Anyway, let's start the game. There has to be something. You can't just... You shake your head, your voice harsh with frustration. People like him. Always slap up. Always. Yeah, sure. He does. Does it quite do it quiet for a moment? Do we? Oh yeah, I remember that's his name. Okay. Studying. Then he moves toward the desk, reaching down to pick up a few scattered papers, flipping through them with practiced ease. You guys have your coffee? I have my coffee also. Have you noticed anything else? Anything different? Flipping through them. You scoff, rubbing a hand down your face before dropping it to your side. Besides, the fact that he's lying, piece of shit. A small breath. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He belonged to the garbage because he killed us. Probably he killed you also. A small breath of amusement escaped Dewey knows, but it's brief, gone in an instant, and he sits the papers down and turns his attention entirely to you. Beside that, you think about it. You remember how he has been avoiding work, avoiding the cemetery, how he has been looking over his shoulders. Looking over his shoulder, a whisper in his ear, shadow over his face, and a knife. Huh? A knife at his back, and muttering under his breath. When he thinks no one listening, you know it, not just because of you. There must be something else. You cross your arms, exhaling sharply. He's scared. Dewey raises an eyebrow. Of you? I don't think so, man. You open your mouth, ready to say, welcome in my channel, in my life, guys. I wish there is a way for me to check who is watching my live. You open your mouth, ready to say yes, ready to confirm that your hunting is running Ethan's life. But you stop, because the truth is, he's just not afraid of you. Yeah, he isn't. If he were, he'd be reacting differently. You've been pushing, taunting, doing everything to make him snap. But he just shuts down, ignores you, pretends you don't exist. Whatever else is haunting him, that's what makes him crack. That's why he keeps looking over his shoulder. And reminder, guys, yeah, Sunday is my sales day, so I sell offline. That's when at wedding parties. Anyway, I get busy on Sundays. That's why I wasn't able to go live. But I try to go live, stream 4 days a week, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because Friday, Sunday, and Saturday is important days for me to sell, okay? So I can't go streaming on those days. No, I wish. Let's get back to our game. But he's scared of something else. Dewey doesn't react at first. He just watches you, quiet and thoughtful. Then slowly he nods. If you want the best part of this game, just click on the live section and check the previous video. Watch it. Maybe he's scared of me. You sure? You trying to reboot him? Scared of Dewey. Yes, that's innocent smile, those twinkling eyes, and that fluffy hair truly is the thing for nightmares. For any self-respecting macho man. Macho man. And when you meet his guys, it makes sense. The base licks open its eyes, nail digging into his palm, watering eyes pleading for help, for mercy. A vision of Ethan, hands wrap around Dewey's throat, passes its way into your mind. Image flash, sound blur, some kind of sixth sense like a basilisk thrashing in its wake. Wait, I can't go. In its wake, washes over your being and sober your guilty back into grief and horror. When the phantom passes, all you remember is a folding memory of when you first met Ethan and the strange marks on his palms. Now digging into his palm. All those time, Ethan was looking over his shoulder, maturing things. Chances are that was because of Dewey. What do you mean? I don't get it. Wait, yeah, because of you. Where? Following around too? Does that mean Dewey's seen you yell at Ethan this whole time? Oops. Right. So he probably scared of you. You smile, putting the pieces together. So what about Dewey scares Ethan more than you? What about Dewey's death scares him? Sends him into night terror that yours doesn't. Yeah, it's a missing jigsaw. We have to figure that out. What makes him scared of you, man? That makes sense. Your short-term, victorious mindset dis- dissipates as you remember you still have no solid leads on anything. Damn. So we got one thing figured out, but no dice otherwise. There's still a missing pieces. A puzzle need to be solved. Maybe we could visit the campus. Your eyes light up. Great idea. Good thinking, Dewey. Dewey cheeks turned pink, and he looks away. Okay. I mean, I just said the obvious thing. I just said the obvious thing. Well, yes, you did, man, and you need to do that. As you realize, he's right. You laugh a bit. Maybe I'm just stupid then. No. Oh, he got mad at us. I didn't mean to imply that. He shrugged it off as he attempts to backtrack, patting him on the shoulder. Don't worry, I know I'm just playing around. Dewey deflates in real life, turning to the door. When will we go? What do you mean? Like, you guys can say hi if you want to shout out your name. I hope you are doing well. Like, investigate the campus. Let's investigate the campus then. Now, obviously, you pull him through the door before he can protest, heading down the stairs and out of the building. Do you guys know how to... Can you guys figure out how can I know who joined my live stream on YouTube? I just want to mention the name. But anyway, welcome in the live. The campus is quiet. The usual student crowd replaced by empty walkways and darkened windows. It's strange seeing it like this, hollow and lifeless, as if the entire place has been abandoned just for you. Well, it's night, no one is here. Dewey walks beside you, hands shoved into his pockets. He glances around, eyes tracing the tall building. Finally, he says, giving you a sideways look. So, not to question your proxies or anything, but the college is closed. Nobody's here. Of course, he's mad. Shocking. That's the point. Dewey raises an eyebrow, lips twitching upwards. Oh, right, because breaking into places is totally normal. Ghost behavior. Hey, if it works, it works. Yeah, sure, you both of us are ghosts. We can go everywhere. No one gonna see us anyway. Besides, I used to sneak in here all the time with one of my friends. What? Well, more like stay super late, fall asleep, and then sneak out, but same thing. Dewey looks shocked. There is no way you did that. What if you got caught? I wouldn't have. My friend had a lot of experience in sneaking in and out of place. Oh, you have an experience, friend. There were one sneaky kid growing up too. Okay. You've had a bad influence in your life since childhood. No, I think I am giving them some bad repetition. Let me tell you about them, okay? Okay, so we're gonna talk to him about what they call it, about our friend saying Dewey gave you an accepting smile, gesturing you to speak. Okay, go on. Their name is Avery, and you grow up together. They didn't get along with their parents, so they often hang out at my house, probably more often than they were at their own. My mom really liked having Avery around, and my dad liked how protective they were of me. When I got picked on the middle school, Avery punched one of the bullies. That got us both lunch detention. Haha. Well, probably. After hitting that bully, after a while, we became pretty inseparable. You pause, thinking about Abby for the first time in a while. Well, what happened to her, man? Well, I can't believe I haven't thought of them much since I died. I kind of feel like a trash friend now. Was they she or he? I'm not sure. They haven't disclosed it yet. You're not. You just died. So it's understandable. I bet Abby is wondering where you are. She will present dog sagas under the ice. A cocktail of fatigue and agitation that caffeine only aggravates. The man in blue speaks of runways and probabilities. Most disappearances turn cold after 48 hours. Avery's friend has been missing for 62. I bet Avery is wondering where you are. They seem like a good friend. Sorry for accusing them of being an evil, sneaky guy. Okay. You laugh as Dewey stumbles over his words. No, you were on the dot. They are an evil, sneaky guy. Come on, let's get back to session. Okay, your friend is a guy. Dewey chuckles, shaking his head as he follows you toward the main building. The doors are locked, but it doesn't matter. You walk straight through the air, chilling as you pass through solid glass and wood like it's nothing. Dewey hesitates at the threshold before stepping forward, his foam passing through it just as easily. He exhales, rubbing the back of his neck. Yeah, that's never not gonna feel weird. You glance at him, raising an eyebrow. Well, you just became a ghost. What can you expect? Still, new to the whole being dead thing. I wouldn't say I'm new to it, just it still catches me off guard sometimes. Well, probably not recently, like a month or 2 months ago. Ghost privilege. You start looking around. Dewey joins you, flipping through the page of a scattered student newspapers someone left behind. You pass by classroom doors, peeking inside, but nothing seems out of place. Until something does. You stop at one of the bulletin boards, your gaze landing on a neatly painted article. The headline jumps out fast, not because of what it says, but because of the name beneath it. You don't even read the article before you speak. Oh, would you look at that? What is it? What did you figure out? Dewey turns to you, confused before following your guess. His eyes widen slightly as he sees the name at the bottom of the page. Credit to Ethan Calloway. What? Your smirk grows as you gesture toward it. Guess our boy was a little overachiever, huh? Dewey steps closer, scanning the page. His expression is unreadable. His brows furrowing as he studies the words carefully. The article is about something big. Ethan seems to have discovered more about Ashenville than what was taught in school. Watch him for a moment, then tilt your head. Watch what you're thinking about, Ghost Boy. Dewey does not respond right away. His fingers twitch slightly before he finally exhales, his voice thoughtful. I don't know. I think I've read this before. Oh, what do you mean? You stare at him. His eyes are still locked onto the page. Finally, he swallows. His voice quieter when he speaks again. I think I went here. What? You blink again. You smirk, dropping slightly as you process that. What? This college? He nods slowly, dragging his fingers over the paper, as if touching it. Well, bring something back to him. Paraphantasm. Dewey's eyes glaze over for a moment. For some reason, you just know Dewey had one of those same Sixth Sense episodes you've been having. Yeah, I think I did. You cross your arms, raising an eyebrow. You think... Do you have a bad memory or something, Dewey? He steps back, running a hand through his hair, his fingers gripping the strands like he's trying to keep himself grounded. My major was journalism, just like his. Those came out confident. They weren't even a thought before, but now that they are here, they feel right. He blinks his eyes, flickering up to meet yours. A chicken sound. The first piece of his sense of self return into its original position, and you are here to witness it. Surprised at himself, you tilt your head, watching him closely. This is the first time he remembers something real. I am real. Days upon days of isolation have crystallized within Dewey. Here is the moment. In this moment, your presence and recognition melts it all away in an instant. You shift your weight, crossing your arms as you eye him. You sure about that? Dewey lets out a slow breath, nodding once. Yeah, I am. Then why you don't remember what you are doing, man? The last of the bulletin boards offer nothing. The classrooms are empty. Even the library, a place you deem perfect to hide evidence, has nothing to offer. There are no answers here. You sigh, shoving your hands onto your pockets as you step back. Well, that was a waste of time. Dewey huffs a small laugh, tilting his head as he looks at you. Not a total waste. I remembered something, didn't I? You glance at him. His expression is lighter than before, a small smile playing at the edge of his lips. Well, that's something good you come out with. There is something almost hopeful in it, like remembering something, even something as small as a college major, means something out of nameless abyss. After weeks of aimless, a faceless ghost finally finds something to hold on to, something to ground him in material reality. The world regains its color. You roll your eyes, but don't argue. Yeah, good for you, Ghost Boy. At least one of you had answers. Dewey laughs again, welcoming the in life, guys. Dewey laughs again, softer, this time shaking his head as he follows you toward the entrance. And I am continuing the previous game that I played on Saturday. I think I went live on Saturday. Step on the street, your feet making no sounds on the pavement. The air is crisp and cool. The street lights flickering softly at night. Of course, something feels off again. You slow your steps, waiting for it. The familiar pull, the invisible leech dragging you back whenever you stray. Too far from Ethan. It's been there since you wake up, like this, tethering you to him, keeping you close. But now it's gone. You stop completely, frowning. You take another step forward, testing it. Nothing pulls you back. You go further, past the sidewalk, past the edge of where you know you've been able to go. Still nothing. No resistance, no unseen force yanking you back toward the domes. Wait, what the hell? Oh, okay, you are seeing something. Dewey stops beside you. His brows furrows as he looks at you, confused. What? You motion around, stepping even further just to prove your point. I'm not stuck. I can go wherever I want. That's not how it worked before. Okay. The expression shifts, something thoughtful creeping in. He tilts his head, watching you take a few more steps. Still, unrestrained by whatever force. Gravity, a ghost of fire, and a ghost of ice, both warped in chains of grief and tied to the past. Tying you to Ethan before. You mean you were stuck before? Like you couldn't leave? Yeah, every time I wandered too far, I'd get pulled back like I was tied to him. Probably he was grabbing you when you were walking around the college. You scowl at the thought, crossing your arms. You hate the idea that you were ever stuck with him. That's even in death. He had some kind of hold on you. But now it's different. You can move freely. Yeah, we can move freely since you are a ghost. That's weird. I never had that issue. I could always come and go. Weird. I was always stuck. Maybe you were always playing. No. I mean clinging to your boyfriend. You meet Dewey's gaze, searching for an answer in his expression. Why isn't that happening now? Dewey looks down, rubbing the back of his neck. He doesn't answer right away. His brows knit together, deep in thoughts, like he's piecing something together. He's thinking about something. You wait, watching him as he fingers twitch against his sleeve, as his lips press into a thin line. Then, after a long pause, he exhales slowly, his voice quieter when he finally speaks. Maybe because we are together. What do you mean, then? Both of us are ghosts now. You blink at him. And we got killed by my ex-boyfriend. What? He looked up again, meeting your gaze, his expression unreadable. There's no hesitation this time, just quiet certainty. Maybe it's because we are both connected to him in some way. I mean, well, he did call us both, man. You know, slowly, the unbreakable chain between you, the constant pull forcing you back to him. But now Dewey is here, like in the visible sense. So what? Are you saying we cancel each other out or something? Dewey lets out a small chuckle, shaking his head. Not exactly, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe our connection to him balanced things out like two forces pulling in different directions. Cardinal north, the confines of Morgul pulls you in. Your body is still in that cramped compartment, and your spirit feels the effects of enclosure. Meanwhile, Dewey's body is, well, we don't know where his body is. Instead of just one, you roll your eyes, exhaling sharply. That's the nearest way you could have explained that. Dewey grins. Journalism major, remember? I have to sound smart sometimes. Okay. Dewey watch you, waiting for your reaction. His explanation makes sense, or at least as much sense as anything does when you are dead and trying to solve your own murder. He shifts slightly, hands still in his pocket, shoulders slightly hunched, like he's bracing for you to dismiss his theory entirely. You huff, shaking your head, but you don't argue, because as ridiculous as it sounds, it makes sense. You both connected to Ethan. You both have some kind of unfinished story tied to him. Well, in this walkthrough, I'm gonna go with the worst option, with the bad option. I mean, that makes sense. Maybe we are soulmate. I'm gonna go with this one. You don't overthink it. You just know the happy ending gonna be another time. This time we're gonna go with the bad ending. Ridiculous as it is, it does make sense. The connection to Ethan and the way things have shifted all line up, or at least as much as anything in this afterlife does. That makes sense. What does it make sense, man? Dewey watches you for a second, expecting more of an argument. But when you don't add anything else, he also nods, relaxing slightly. Yeah, probably he just doesn't want us to be angry with him. That's why he got relaxed. You glance back at the street, staring at the wide open path ahead. The possibilities stretching further than ever. You could leave now. You could go anywhere. You are not chained anymore. Well, at least we're not stuck with that lunatic. But you don't leave, neither of you do. Then a glow catches your eye. It's initially subtle, just the faintest silver of warm color creeping up behind the skyline, a soft golden hue bleeding on into the deep purple and blues of the night, the first hint of sunrise. It's already sunrise. Dewey sees it too. He tilts his head, watching as the sky change, the way the edge of the clouds began to glow. He stares, his lips parting slightly, something unreadable flickering across his face. The sunrise. You glance at him. Haven't seen one in a while. Haven't seen one in a while, man. Dewey lets out a breath of laugh, shaking his head slightly. Not like this. Okay. You frown slightly, about to ask what he means, but before you can, his expression shifts. His posture straightens somewhat, his gaze flickering away from the sky and back toward the direction of the domes. His smile makes his voice returning to something more focused. Are you done watching the sunrise, man? We should return before Ethan wakes up. Don't watch him getting suspicious. Besides, we need to watch him and figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah, we have to look over my ex-boyfriend. His name is Ethan. the one who killed us. You don't want him getting suspicious. Besides, you still need to watch him and understand what the hell is going on. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's get Batman. The two of you turn, retracing your steps back towards the domes. Well, we are going back to the domes, what are you gonna find out? The streets are still empty, and the quietness of early morning is strangely eerie. It's time most people don't see too late for the night, too early for the morning. Well, in my place, we wake up early. Well, if you wanna sell. Anyway, let's continue. The dome building comes onto view. Its windows reflecting the slow sunrise, still half asleep, much like the students inside. You're about to step through the doors. Movement catches your eye. A figure, dressed in all black, moving carefully and slipping out of the building as if trying not to be seen. Who's that? You stop immediately, your breath stilling. Not that it matters anymore. Dewey follows you, guys, eyes narrowing slightly as he registers the person leaving the domes. The reason I like playing these visual novel games like this one is you can imagine every word you are reading. Who the hell? The figure doesn't look back. Maybe we should follow that figure. Given the time, you haven't gotten much of it to loiter, so you are forced to brush it off and continue to Ethan's room. He's a holiday. Staring earlier than usual. Probably that dark figure was going after him. He moves slowly, mechanically, like his mind is somewhere else entirely. As he gets out of bed, grabs his bag, and heads out of the door. You and Dewey follow. It's a routine now, following Ethan through the motions of his day, watching how he carries himself, searching for something out of place. But today, you've noticed something. What? Ethan is tense, not in the same way as before, not the usual calm, controlled, careful way he holds himself together. This is different. Probably it's about related to that dark figure. His shoulders are tight, his steps a little too fast, his head toning softly occasionally. Text message sent 2 days ago at 5:12 p.m. Hey Ethan, noticed you didn't come in to work yesterday. Just checking in. Things are a little weird here, but you know how it is. Anyways, text me when you can. See ya. Yeah, Kia. Like he's checking something. Like he's checking for something, or like he's looking at something. At first you smirked, arms crossed, as you kept pace beside him. Man, you must be getting to him. Dewey raises an eyebrow, glancing at you. Let me drink my coffee, guys. By the way, what drink do you guys like to drink? For me, it's coffee. What do you mean? Look at him. He keeps checking over his shoulder. Text message sent yesterday at 8:43 p.m. Where have you been? Everyone at work is looking for you. The archive is locked. No one knows where the master key is. Did he kill us in the archive? The cops came to ask questions twice this week. What happened? Oh, he's running away. Ethan does it again. Text message today at 3:37 p.m. I spent the night at the police station with Abby. We kept asking if they had found any leads. Meanwhile, you are nowhere to be found. I know you've been going to class. Frick, Answer me ASAP. Well, I ain't gonna answer you, man, because he is the one who killed us. You watch him closely, grinning as you step closer, leaning in as if he can hear you. Imagine a ghost flying next to your head. Next to your ear. I'm talking to you. What's wrong, Ethan? I am not haunting you. Enough. Nothing. No reaction, of course. Not. Instead, you just keep moving, and then the more you watch him, the more something strange catches your eye. He's not looking at you, but you frown, tilting your head slightly. He checks over his shoulder again, and you follow the movement, expecting him to stare at the space you are taking up, where he knows you are. But his gaze doesn't land there. It doesn't land on Doogie either. Ethan is looking past both of you. Your stomach twists slightly, but you don't know why. Something about it makes the back of your mind itch, making your skin, whatever you have left, crawl. Did you see that? What did you saw? His voice is quieter than before, more serious. You know slowly, your stomach dropping as your arms fall to your side. Yeah. What? You both go silent, watching. Ethan moves through campus over the course of hours, going through classes and passing by groups of students, all of them obviously oblivious to whatever the hell is wrong with them. He keeps checking. He keeps looking past you, glancing over his shoulder, scanning for something neither of you can see. What's wrong with you, Ethan? Probably it's related to the dog picture we saw in the morning. He's afraid, but not of either of you. You exchange a glance with Dewey. His face is unreadable, but you know he's thinking the same thing. Weird. Dewey nods slowly, his lips pressing together into a thin line. Yeah, weird. Eventually, the sun sinks below the skyline, painting the city in deep orange and purples. The long day comes to close, and Ethan finally heads back to his dorms, still wound tight, still looking over his shoulder. It's strange watching him go through his nightly routine and act like nothing is wrong when everything is wrong. When everything is wrong. Well, we have to figure out that. I want to play the game more, but let's see how long I can play. Dewey must notice the tension in your shoulders, because as Ethan finally settles into his bed, his voice cut through the silence, calm and easy. You look like you're about to combust. You scoff, crossing your arms. Gee, thanks. Dewey smacks, doesn't push it. He just leans back against the wall, thoughtful, watching you like he's trying to read something in your expression. You don't know anything about him other than his name, and that he went to the same college you went also. So, what the next move? You hesitate, shifting your weight. That's the problem. You don't know. You've been following Ethan, waiting for something to happen, waiting for some massive reveal, but now things are more complicated than ever. Well, what about the dark figure? You have to figure out who was that. You are free from your tether to him, but you're still here. Dewey starting to remember things, but only in pieces. And Ethan is scared of something that isn't you. Jealous much. Oh, yeah, we are girls. You cannot be jealous, but yeah, we cannot help it if you're jealous. You run a hand down your face before sighing. Frustration curling in your chest. I have no idea. I bullshit. Dewey hums, tilting his head slightly. Maybe that's the problem. Well, that's the problem, man. You frown, looking at him. He doesn't say anything right away. He just watches you, thoughtful, patient, like he's waiting for you to catch up. When you don't, he exhales, straightening up. You are stressing yourself out. To be honest, you don't know how that works is really true. You raise an eyebrow at him. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to be pissed off about being murdered. Dewey chuckles softly, shaking his head. You know that's not what I mean. Well, what do you mean, man? You glare, waiting for him to get to the point. He gestures toward the door, the campus outside, and anything that isn't this cramped, suffocating dome. Come on, let's go somewhere, clear our heads. You blink. That was not what you were expecting. You were expecting some profound revelation or realization, but instead he just wants to take a break. You open your mouth, ready to argue, ready to say that you don't have time for this, but then you realize something. You are tense. Your fists have been clenched for hours. Your mind keeps circling the same damn thoughts over and over and over, like it's eating itself alive. You've been running at full speed toward answers, but still haven't found them. Well, yeah, since you are watching Ethan following Ethan, and unfortunately, Ethan doesn't do anything except for watching over his shoulder. Dewey may have a point. You have, rolling your eyes, but you don't argue. Instead, you shove your hands in your pockets, exhaling slowly. Fine. Where to, ghost boy? How about a park? Which park you want, man? You snort. That's your big idea? You wanna go sit on a bench and feed pigeons or something? Dewey grins. Well, you seem like you need something to hit, so maybe you can just find a tree instead. Okay, you roll your eyes, but you don't argue. A park sounds nice, open space, quiet, a chance to stop suffocating in Ethan's shadow for 5 minutes. You tilt your head toward the door. Fine, let's go. Dewey nods, and you both head out, slipping through the door with ease. But the second you do, you stop. There is someone outside Ethan. Oh, I had this idea when I was reading the story. You guys should look outside Ethan's room. Who's that? That's a girl. Sounds like it's a girl. A figure dressed in black hunched near the door. At first, you think maybe it's some idiot trying to break in and steal something, but when you realize they are not trying to get in, they are peering through the keyhole, whispering something under their breath, a low and urgent. Twin flames. You are not the only one who has counted the days in quiet fury. You and Dewey both freeze, your eyes narrow, your body instinctively tensing. Oh, what the hell? Dewey shifts beside you, his expression sharp, watching the figure closely. What are they saying? You try to listen, straining to catch any words, but it's too soft, just barely out of reach. But the tone It's wrong, low and fast, not like someone trying to cast a spell or anything ridiculous, but someone desperate. Someone talking to themselves, repeating something over and over. What is this? Their head snaps up. You feel your stomach drop as they stop whispering and slowly, carefully turn their head toward the hallway. Huh? They saw us, but there's nothing to see. You and Dewey are invincible, unseen, unheard. And yet, the figure hesitates. Then, without a word, they bolt. What? They disappear down the hall, moving quickly. Silent, footsteps fading. Wait, what? They can see us? Can they feel us? Like Ethan? You and Dewey stare after them, a thick silence sitting between you. Okay, that wasn't creepy at all. What? Dewey exhaled, shaking his head slightly. We definitely should do that. You consider it. You really consider it. But when you glance back at Ethan's room, you don't know what the person was doing, but it wasn't good. Still, you can't tell if chasing them right now will get you closer to the necessary answer. You have already decided to take a break, and honestly, you still need it. You let out a breath, shaking your head. No, let's stick to the plan. We can deal with this later. Are you serious now? Dewey doesn't argue, he just nods, glancing at the hallway before the two of you step outside. The air is crisp, the world wide open. You let yourself enjoy that freedom even if it won't last. The city stretches behind you, but in the quiet of the park, it feels like another world entirely. The sound of distant traffic fades into nothing, the soft rustling of trees replacing the constant hum of urban life. Dewey walks a little slower, his shoulders looser than before. You hop up onto the fountain's stone edge, balancing with your arms stretched like a tight rope walker. Do you think I could still fall in? Dewey glanced up at you, his brows rising slightly in amusement. That depends. Do ghosts have balance? Well, I don't think so. Guess we are about to find out. You take an exaggerated step forward, pretending to stumble for a moment. You think you might tide forward, that maybe gravity still has a hold on you, but nothing happens. Your body isn't yours anymore. The world doesn't touch you the way it used to. You don't make waves. You don't make a sound. You don't make an impact. But Dewey laughs anyway. It's soft at first, just a tiny chuckles under his teeth, but then it becomes more fundamental. Orange glows. Sheets of ice around the boyhood melts away. Apathy and resignation reside, giving way to a timid gentleness, bare skin in the summer sun after a long winter. You glance over at him, and he's smiling, really smiling. Not that soft, careful expression you've seen before, not like he's trying to comfort you or watching his words. This is different. It's easy, unrestrained. Okay? You step down for the fountain edge, stretching your arms behind your head before flipping onto a nearby bench, staring at the sky. Man, I almost forgot. What's it like to just chill? Dewey hums, stepping closer before sitting down at the opposite end of bench. He leans back, eyes half lighted, watching the tree branches sway overhead. Overhead. Yeah, it's nice. There's long pause, a comfortable one. You almost let yourself sink into it, almost let yourself forget what you are, what happened, and everything keeping you tied to this place. Then Dewey exhales slowly, and when you glance at him, his expression has shifted again. He is thinking, you can tell. What brooding, but freed from the force, rage, grief, and the promise of a future that will never come. Dark, deep-rooted emotions, once buried, come to resurface, like black serpents, coiling within Dewey's mind, casting shadows over his face. Okay. His gaze is distant, focused on something that isn't here. What is it, man? You hesitate. Part of you wants to ask him about it. What do you remember? But another part of you does not yet, not when this moment still feels light. You don't want to ruin just like it. So instead you smirk, tilting your head toward him. I didn't peg you for the type who enjoys sitting around in a park. Dewey blinks, pulled from his thoughts. He raises an eyebrow. Oh yeah? What type did you peg me for? Well, I don't know. You've got that whole I think too much. Okay, energy. I figured if I ever saw you in a park, you'd be one of those guys writing in a journal and drinking some overpriced coffee. Contemplating life or some shit. Dewey lets out a surprised laugh, shaking his head. Okay, first of all, ouch. Second of all, that's not the far off. You grin as he shakes his head again, more amused than offended. He leans back against the bench, stretching his arms slightly before resting them behind his head. But for the record, my coffee was never overpriced. A walk at the supermarket, it has its benefits. Okay, so you admit you had a journal. Dewey huffs, rolling his eyes. Maybe. Blink. You miss it. Years of life buried in books, wasted years of academic hardship and constant bulkment, wasted years of reserved disposition, and a tendency not to bother others. Wasted. Okay. You chuckles, shaking your head as you stretch across the bench, letting your finger goes ever the surface. Ironic. Dewey must catch something in your expression because he shifts slightly, observing you. What is it? Do you ever think about what it felt like before? Well, you glance at him, frowning slightly. Before? What do you mean, man? Dewey nose looking down at his hand, finger flexing slightly. What? Nerve. Respond. 10 miles away, in a neighboring city, inside a small 20-story apartment, a young woman's fingers touch reflexively. A childhood memory washes over her, a game of catch with her little brother. They don't talk anymore. Her choice, yet now she wonders if he's well and what he's up to, unaware that his decomposing body lies in a forest covered in moss and maggots. Oh, did you? Listen, he bowed He bought. Ah, frick! His body is in the forest. Ethan buried him in the forest. Like this. Like he's trying to remember what it was like to hold something. I don't know. Just existing. Feeling things. I try to remember what the sun felt on my skin. But it's weird. It's like I know it was warm, but I don't actually remember the feeling. Oh, it's been a while since he died. Like 3 months probably. His voice is quite almost absent-minded. You stare at him momentarily, then let out a slow breath. Yeah, I get that. You glance up at the sky again. It is strange how the walls keep moving without you. The way the sun still rises, the wind still moves, and the city still breathes, like nothing ever had changed, like you were never even here, like nothing. Does Joey only does Dewey's only college friend never invited him out to the park and into the woods? Like that friend never grow jealous of some imagined academic excellence? Dewey possess it. Like that friend never wrapped his hands around Dewey's throat and watched the life leave his eye. Unfortunate. Dewey shifts beside you, voice softer than he speaks. Again. What do you think we are supposed to do? You turn your head toward him. Supposed to what? Supposed to hurt him? Or to bring him to justice? Or just let it go? That makes you pause. Let go? You don't know. You haven't even let yourself think about it. Well, haven't thought about that yet. I want justice. Let's remember, in this walkthrough, we're gonna go with the bad option. What does it mean to let go? Would that make you disappear? Would it change anything? Could you even let go when you still don't have answers? I want revenge. I want him to die, to suffer, everything he did to me. Dewey doesn't push for an explanation. He just nods, exhaling slowly, watching as the trees, oh my god, as the trees sway in the morning breeze. Breathe. What do you want? I want to remember my name, my life outside of my death. You don't remember? Then you told your name is Dewey. No. Dewey is his last name. I've actually put together some things, but I don't remember my childhood. Nothing about growing up. Oh, just death and college. What? Oh. Is he crying? Is there even any point to it? I'm dead. It doesn't really matter anymore. Oh, come on, don't cry, man. You don't have an answer for him. Instead, your eyes search around in layer of your brain trying to solve his problem. Why? Don't we go to the cemetery? Dewey nods, standing up to follow you. Oh, okay, we are in the cemetery now. This place haunts me. The cemetery looms ahead, quiet and still, where souls go to rest. You're not sure why you suggested the cemetery. Okay, a simple gut feeling called to you. He dries his tears. You want to help him, and your gut tells you the cemetery will mend his broken spirit. Okay, well, hopefully that's gonna help our friend. The iron gates stand open, the paths leading inside lined with old trees. Their branches twist like outstretched hand. Okay. This is where you used to walk. This is where you spent hours wandering before you died. And now you are walking through it with someone just as dead as you. Beside you, does hesitates at the entrance. Dewey hesitates at the entrance. It's subtle, but you catch the way he steps. His steps falters just slightly. What is it, Dewey? You stop walking, tilting your head slightly as you glance at him. You good? Dewey blinks like you just pulled him out of a thought. He didn't realize he was having. He exhales, rubbing the back of his neck before shaking his head. Yeah, just weird being back here, I guess. What? He steps forward. You back here, man? What do you mean by that? He steps forward, pushing through the gates, forcing himself inside. He doesn't wait for you. He just moves. His shoulders step, and his jaw set. He just keep walking. You follow your footsteps slightly against the dead path. The air is still thick, not with grief, not precisely grief. It is the weight of a memory of all the lives laid to rest here, of all the people who still exist in some way because they have names carved in stone. Proof that they mattered. Dewey doesn't have that, and that's why you are here. Dewey moves slowly, scanning each grave as you pass. His eyes flick from name to name, searching, waiting for something to click. You watch him, arms crossed, waiting for that moment, waiting for recognition to light up his face, for him to stop and say, "This is it, this is me." Well, but that moment never comes. You pass old graves with names that have long since faded, past newer one with fresh dirt still setting into the earth. The whole time, Dewey doesn't say a word. He just looks and looks and looks. And then eventually he stops. Not because he found something, not because something clicked, but because he knows just as much as you do that there is nothing here. No one found our bodies yet. That's why we don't have a stone named after us. There's no headstone with his name, no marker of his existence, nothing. It's like he was never here at all. Dewey exhales slowly, his shoulders sinking as he stares at a blank patch of grass between two graves. Restless, he's looking for his own grave, a sign that he lived, passed away, and was mourned. He finds none. He lets out a short, harmless laugh, shaking his head slightly. Guess that would have been too easy. I was drinking my coffee, guys. He don't say anything at first. He doesn't look angry, just tired. He let himself hope for something, even for a second, and now that hope settles into disappointment. You bump your shoulders against his. Okay, at least ghosts can feel each other. Well, look at this way. You can definitely go by John Dewey. Okay, I remember now that his name was John. Dewey huffs out a small laugh, shaking his head. Right, yeah, that's a weird kind of freedom, I guess. But his smile doesn't last. It lingers for a second, then fades at the edge like it was never fully there. You see it in his eyes, the sadness buried underneath the quiet ash of not knowing. No name, no past, no certainty. You are the only thing around him. To reality, at the moment, having a name, even a temporary one, is enough to prevent his complete shutdown. Just fragments of memory slipping through his fingers like sand. He runs a hand through his hair, exhaling slowly before looking at you again. So what now? I hope you don't feel any bad more, man. John Gaz flickers toward the edge of the cemetery, where the trees stretch toward the sky, their branch swaying slightly in the wind. There is a trail there leading into the forest. A quiet place to think, a place to breathe. If either of you could still do that. Or will something busier be better? The city is alive beyond the cemetery. Gates and the streets are full with people going about their nights. Downtown isn't far. Maybe the noise, the movement, the life will help Paul Dewey out of his head for a little while. Maybe that's better for Dewey. But then there is another thought. It's a colder one. The morgue. That's bad. If you want answers to know the truth, that's where they are. The place where your body was last seen. You could go there now. Maybe there is something you missed. Perhaps it's time to stop avoiding it. Yeah, you cross your arms, glancing at Dewey. We have a few options. Dewey raises an eyebrow, waiting. We could take a walk in the forest, clear our head, figure out what to do next. We nod toward the tree line, watching as Dewey follows your gaze. His expression stays readable. Or we could go downtown, see if anything jogs your memory. His lips pressed together slightly, thoughtful, but he doesn't answer immediately. What do you think, Joey? I mean, Dewey? Good coffee, especially if you have bad running nose. You take breathe, knowing the next option is the real one that matters. Or we go to the morgue. Dewey tenses slightly. Not much, his expression darkens, just a bit, the ghost of frown settling in before he smooths it over. You wait, letting the option settle between you. Eventually, Dewey tilts his head, considering. Your call, partner. You roll your eyes at that, but you can't help the slight smirk that tugs at the corner of your lips. Don't call me that. Dewey just grins. Too late. Oh, you shake your head, exhaling slowly as you make your choice. This decision may seal your fate. Walk in the forest, visit downtown. Skip to the morgue. Or let's go with this. Visit downtown. You wander downtown with Dewey, taking in the nightlife around you. Neon signs flickers against glass windows. The scent of fresh coffee and street food drifting through the air, mixing with the distant smell of ghost line and rain-soaked concrete. Being here and surrounded by so much life is strange when you are anything. But the last time you were downtown, you were alive. Now, You are just watching from the edge, a ghost in a world that no longer sees you, literally. Dewey walks beside you, his gaze flickering over the different shops, the familiar landmarks, and the crowd passing by. He looks more relaxed than he did at the cemetery. That's good, at least. Yeah, at least we help Dewey somehow. However, there is something distant in his expression, like he's waiting for something to click, for a memory to shake itself free from whatever fog still holds it down. So, anything ringing a bell? Dewey exhaled, rubbing the back of his neck. No, sorry. Oh, it's fine. Let's head to the Mogo then. You are going to the Mogo? Okay. You being walking toward the Mogo. You don't really want to be there, but there is no evidence of Dewey anywhere. Not the cemetery, not at the cemetery, not in the records, nowhere. There should have been something, some kind of proof, but there wasn't. It doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. So you are here. Unfortunate. Probably he was in the forest. I mean, his body was in the forest, buried in the forest. Dewey follows close behind, wiser than usual. He hasn't said much since the cemetery. You don't blame him. You wouldn't know what to say either. He doesn't need to breathe, but he still exhales, long and slow, his voice barely a whisper. This place gave me the creeps. Okay, but you are a ghost. You have the sound more better than amused. I used to walk here, you know. Dewey turns to you, brow furrowing slightly. Yeah? You nod fingers dragging along the metal of one of the storage drawers, the coldness of the bleeding through, even though you don't feel the temperature anymore. Back before all this, it was a job. You glance at him. Guess it's different now, huh? Dewey doesn't smile. He just looks around, eyes flicking to the cabinet, the storage spaces, the empty tables, meant for people who actually exist. Yeah. His voice is distant. Something inside you twists at the sound of it, but you push forward. You don't know what you are looking for. Not exactly, but you know you'll recognize it when you see it. There's something here. So you start searching. But we are searching here. You move quietly. Cabinets, drawers, storage spaces. Your hand goes over them, all ripping them open with your otherworldly ability, then slamming them shut. It doesn't matter what's inside. None of it matters. Everything else is just noise until you find what you are looking for. The silence is thick. What we are looking for, man? Then you stop. Your eyes catch on something out of place. A bag. Nothing remarkable, nothing fancy, just a simple, worn bag, tucked into the back of a storage unit. What's inside the bag? You sash out, your fingers ghosting over the material before you pull it forward, unzipping it slowly. Inside there are items, personal belongings, things shoved inside carelessly, discarded, like they no longer mattered, and among them, old student ID. You furrow your brows, pulling them out, flipping through them, names, faces, forgotten student who must have come through here at some point. One ID catches your attention. You move to grab it, half expecting it to fall out of your ghostly hand, but it doesn't. Your fingers tighten around it as you bring it closer, staring at the name, the photo, the piece of the puzzle that was missing until now. What is it? You freeze, looking at the text on the ID. Ethan Calloway. What? When you flip the ID over, you aren't meant with Ethan's face. No. Well, you are just not Ethan's. Dewey's. University identification. Ethan Calloway. What? Then who's our ex name? You don't breathe. You don't move. This is wrong. So wrong. There is another one. Another ID. Another name. And the name Jude Marshall. Is that us? You frown, confusion breaking through the horror building in your chest. Your hand shakes as you turn the ID over, expecting what? Expecting a stranger face? Expecting someone you don't recognize? But it's not a stranger. It is the face you've been following this whole time. The face you've spoken to, haunted, tormented. The face of a person you thought you knew. The face that was supposed to belong to Ethan. But it doesn't. Jude's face stares back at you. Wait, what? Jude Marshall? That's his name? Ethan, everything's locked together. Jude isn't Ethan. Jude killed Ethan. But Jude is a guy, right? That's our ex. You don't notice that your hands have started shaking. The ID card in your grip feels heavier than it should. Dewey, or rather Ethan, hasn't spoken. Not since you pulled the cards out. He stands beside you staring. He saw the IDs as well. Now his eyes are back on you. Jude. You barely recognize your own voice. The name is poison in your mouth. Ethan flinched slightly, his fingers twitching, like he wants to grab the card but doesn't trust himself to move. Jude Marshall. The name feels foreign and familiar all at once. You know it now. You know him now. But it still doesn't feel real. You turn, looking at Ethan, really looking at him. His hands are clenched at his sides. His shoulders tense. His eyes locked back onto the student IDs, like they are time bomb waiting to go off. And maybe they are. You don't finish. You don't have to. Yeah. That's all he says. He stole your ID, man. You were dating a liar this entire life. A murderer. A snake who shed its skin and stapled the flesh of another onto its back to pretend it was something it wasn't. Ethan. This is bad. That's the name that should have been carved into a headstone, but wasn't. That's the life that disappeared without tracing. Oh, thank you for the like. His voice is quiet, empty. Guess I wasn't even worth remembering. Now we need to figure out what he was doing. The Mogo is silent again. but now it feels worse to hold IDs so tightly they could snap in half. Ethan doesn't say anything else. He doesn't need to. Because you know what comes next. Because Jude Marshall is going to pay for this. He won't even have a chance to beg. You grip around the ID Titans. As you turn to leave the mogul, you finally have something to scare Jude with, but you still feel lingering emptiness. You keep running your fingers over the edge of Ethan's ID. You don't know if it's grounding you or cutting you open, maybe both. Ethan walks at you, silent. You're not sure if he's angry, or grieving, or empty like you. You don't know what to think, so you focus on returning to Jude's room. Yeah, we're gonna return to our friend. The dorms are dark by the time you get there. You stop just outside the building, staring up at the windows. You can't tell which one belongs to Jude from here, but he's up there. Ethan doesn't move fast. He just watches you, waiting for you to take a lead. After a pause, you do, beginning, you're scanned up, you're asking up the old building and reaching Jude's door. It's unlocked. You walk through it. The room is dim, lit only by the faintest glow from the hallway. Jude's shape is easy to make out on the bed, cold toward the wall, one hand tucked beneath his bow. He looks ordinary, peaceful even. You step inside, and it only takes you a moment to realize you aren't alone. The hooded figure you've been seeing recently is inside Jude's room, standing in front of Jude's dresser, foul fingers carefully sliding the drawer open one by one, wide, meticulous, like they're searching for something. What the hell? Ethan's eyes, like yours, are fixed on them, watching their every move. They are here again. You watch the way they move, hands gliding over every object like they've already known where things are kept. Ethan edged closer, squinting, as though he can force the shadows to peel back and reveal a face. I can't. What? Zan flexed useless at his sides. I still can't see them. The figure's hood stays low over their head, shadow clinging to them like smoke, like some kind of evil sneaky guy. No face, no future, nothing. They move to Jude's nightstand, now lifting a small journal and flipping it through it, page by page. Their movements are precise, predicted even. You glance back at Jude, still asleep. What are they doing here? I don't know. Maybe they are looking at something. The figure finished the journal and sets it back in place, exactly where they found it. Then they turn toward the bed, toward Jude. Ethan steps forward automatically, walking the way, even though it's obvious the figure can't see him. You grab his arm. Wait. Scare them off. You push Ethan away from the figure, determined to take control of the situation. He doesn't resist, backing away until he's out of your sight. He knows better. You shove the nightshade harder. Then you mean. The lamp teeters for a breather moment, then tips. It hits the floor with a dull crack, spilling oil across the wall boards. For half a second, nothing happened. Then the flame catches. There's a quiet whoosh as fire booms outward in a sudden angry snake racing along the floor and up to the wall. It's fast. Wait, what? Fire is real. Wow. Smoke coiled in gray tendrils, rising toward the ceiling, creeping along cracks and corners like ghostly fingers. The figure at the desk freezes for a half second before bolting out the room, gone as if they were never there. Oh. But the fire isn't gone. It's very, very real. Oh, you're gonna pay for this. Welcome guys, in my life I am just playing some novel game. You watch it for a moment, feeling the heat belts at your back. The room already smells of oil boots burning, smoke thick in your throat. You can barely hear anything except the faint roar of fire now. Ah, Jude coughs. He's awake now, struggling upright in bed. His blankets fall away in a messy heaps as he packs and squeezes his eyes wide and glassy in the flickering firelight. He twists his face in confusion, then his eyes shut open in panic. The room's orange glow reflects in his ear irises. He looks around, taking it in. Fire, smoke, you. Oh. Is he gonna die because of fire? His gaze lands on you like a blow. Whack! His voice catches, rough and broken. He coughs again, watching at his throat, fingers scrabbling against invisible claws, digging onto his lung. What did you... Ah, you can see us. You're gonna talk to us now? You say nothing. It's your turn to provoke him to silence. There is a sick kind of peace in it. The knowledge that he knows. You're gonna watch him suffer. You stay still, rooted. Jude coughs doubled over here as he struggled to breathe. His hand flail at the smoke, as if he can push it away. His legs shake when he stands, his knees threatening to buckle with each step. Help me, please. You remain where you stand. Ah, well, you deserve it, man. He stumbles sideways, coughing so hard his body jerks. He nearly falls, catching himself against the dark. Catching against the desk. Please. He repeats. You don't have to. Your eyes stare down at him. You know the expression on your face is nothing short of cold and empathic. Well, you killed us, man. What do you think? Jude collapses near the far wall. His body shakes as he coughs again and again, less each time, shallower until it stops, and then he's still. You listen to the crackle of the fire as it feeds on everything left. You expect to feel something, but you don't. Not real life, not justice, not even satisfaction, just hollow. Like something inside you burned up along with the rest of it. You glance at your hand. The ID are still there, Ethan's, Jude's. The edges are soft now, melted a little by the heat. Ethan's face is half warped. Jude isn't. His photo stares back at you. A sound behind you make you turn. You expect to see Ethan, but it's Jude. Ethan is not in the room anymore. What? His ghost stands near the bed, the same clothes he died in, pale, dim. He looks down at himself, frowning, like he's trying to remember something. His eyes meet yours. He's terrified, rooted in place. You don't move, neither does he. Then Jude ghost fades slowly, quietly. He doesn't say anything, but he's suffering. You can tell. And you're alone again. Alone again. You leave the room. You pass Ethan ghost in the hallway. He watches you with a look you can't read. There's no real life in his face, no peace, as he blinks and turns away from you. He doesn't like us. You don't stop. You wonder what Jude thought in his last moment. Was it you? Was it Ethan? Was it anything at all? You keep walking. There's no place you are going. Not really. You just can't stay there anymore. Your feet lead you to a lake in the forest. Your reflection non-existent as you peer into the depths of the water below. Oh, guys, this is it. You toss the IDs in. They sink without a sound. You think about following them, but you don't. You couldn't if you tried. You are stuck here forever. Oh, unfortunate. That was the bad ending, guys. Ending 2. Revenge. We are getting revenge on him. Now let's go with our other ending. Let's finish this. Lead. Start, I guess. It's fine, man. Okay. If you guys want to see the first, you want to see what's happened in the first of the game, you guys can go see the first part that I made this video. The first video I made about this game. Okay. Let's go with this option. What's gonna happen here? Whoa. Skipping walk now. That's unlike you. Ethan stiffened slightly. Really, Ethan? I thought you were the hard-working type. What's wrong? Don't feel like hanging around dead bodies anymore? You see his hand clench. You're gonna get fired, you know. And after all that effort you put into being a perfect little employee too. Yeah, you know that feeling, man. You grin, leaning in, voice dropping lower. You could at least pretend you care. Then finally, a shift in his gaze. Your words are not enough to speak, to break, but enough to crack. Stop! In just one word, but it is the first thing he said to you since the mogul. He can see ghosts. His voice is rough, pulled tight, not angry, not defensive, just exhausted. That means you are getting to him. Your head watching. You tell your head watching him. It would be easy to quote, to remember him, that you don't need anything from him. He's the one who took everything from you. But instead, the question is sits in the air between you, heavy, waiting for an answer. Scoff at him. But you do that. You cross your arms, shifting your weight. He wants an answer. He doesn't deserve one. You scoff, shaking your head, letting him sit in his guilt. Let him drown in it. You don't owe him anything. Yeah, we don't owe you anything, man, since you killed us. He exhaled slowly, tilting his head back against the bench, eyes closed for a half second before he laughs. It's sharp, like something breaking, like something slipping through the crack. He drags in a breath to calm himself. I can't skip now. Stifling his chuckles, his head turned slightly, eyes flickering behind him. You turn your head slightly, pulling his gap, expecting to see someone. Shiva? But there's nothing, just you and him. The bracelet turned in its sleep, a child answered them. More mere moment for some reason, when your mind flexes when your face met Ethan on his hand. You can skip this now. You can see me. Well, obviously, man. You gave him a look, crossing your arms. What kind of question is that? Of course you can see him. You wouldn't have said anything if you couldn't. Obviously. The figure hesitated and thrown off, still staring at you like you are something that shouldn't exist. But after a second, his lips pressed together, his shoulders sinking tighter, like he's trying to figure out what to do next. You narrow your eyes, studying him. He still hasn't answered you. Who are you? You don't waste time. No jokes, no sarcasm. Okay, you can skip this now. You stare at him. Something tight, uneasy, restless, crawling up your spine. You don't know if you admire it or hate it. How could he not be? He could just let go after everything. I was not anymore. What do you mean? He paused, his face slightly, then he exhaled, looking down a moment before he shook his head. Well, I am. Last time we went through this. Your voice comes out harder than you expected, sharper. It cuts through the space between you like a blade, raw and bitter. Because if he's done being angry, then fine, good for him. But you are not. You're still here, still bound by the weight of everything that happened, still furious in a way that doesn't fade. He watches you for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Then slowly, his lips curve into a soft, knowing smile. I'll help you however I can. Despite his unfamiliarity with you, to you, any help is appreciated. Thank you. You extend your hand, inviting him to shake it. Nice to meet you, yeah, this is where the part where he mentioned his name. We can skip. Okay. If you guys want to see the full walkthrough, it was in the past walkthrough. This is the second one. Maybe we are soulmate. Let's go with this one. You grin, rocking back at your heels, slightly, watching him with a deliberate amusement. Or maybe you are soulmate. Dewey blinks, his expression freezes, his mouth opens slightly, like he wants to respond, but then he just doesn't. Concern of his ear turned red. Okay. You step forward, tentatively leaning in. What? Don't believe in fate? Dewey lets out the word. most awkward laugh. He rubs the back of his neck, looking away like the distant building suddenly hold the most interesting sights imaginable. I mean, fate's strong word. I just, yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. You smirk, pleased with yourself. Well, neither of us expected to be murdered either way, but here we are. Dewey groans, dragging a hand over his face. Oh my god. You laugh. It feels good. A moment of actual normalcy. In all of this, he doesn't take it badly. Honestly, from what you could tell, there was a hint of a smile behind the hand that hid his face. You glance back. Okay, he's smiling. You glance back. He wasn't expecting our answers. At the street, staring at the wide open path ahead. The possibility stretches further than ever. You could leave now. You could go anywhere. You're not chained anymore. We can skip this now. You remind me of... He whispered quietly, as if he not say to you but to himself. Really? Startling a bit, he looks away from you. Yeah, the sunrise always felt like potential warmth and inviting aura. Dewey pauses. We should return before Ethan wakes up. Don't want him to get things so serious. Besides, we need to watch him and figure out what the hell is going on. Yeah, sure, man. That dog figure. We need to figure out that dog figure. I want justice. I want justice personally. Dewey doesn't push for an explanation, just nods, exhaling, slowly watching as the trees slowly sway the morning breeze. Okay, time for us to go to the forest, walk in the forest. Maybe our friend gonna remember where he got buried. You decide on the forest. The trees sway with the wind, their leaves whispering in a language you can't quite understand. Sunlight filters through the branch in an even patch, painting the dirt path in streaks of gold and shadow. There is something almost peaceful about it. The baseless snarls at you, and yet you are on edge, or rather Dewey is. Your sixth sense is picking up on the subtle feeling and mistake it as your own. You know you made the right choice. You and Dewey step forward, moving deeper, leaving the cemetery behind. Which way you go? Go forward? Go left? How about you go left? Oh, I wanted to go to the right. You walk for a bit, admiring the foliage. There is a pretty section of flowers this season, which is surprising. Okay, you come to another crossroad. The deeper you go, the more the air changes. It's subtle at best. It's just a shape, slight temperature different. The wind doesn't move as quickly here. The branch don't sway as much. Everything feels still. You stop at the crossroads. There is a path stretching out ahead. Dewey steps beside you, his gaze flickering from one path to the next. This place is starting to feel off. Yeah, I noticed. Glance at the path again. Which path now? Well, we wanted to go right, honestly. The flowers continues, but when you turn to Dewey to comment, you see a grimmick in his face as he stares down at them. You bend back Any comment you've considered making? The path narrows even more, branches reaching down like fingers trying to grab you. The ground beneath your feet is uneven and soft in places where the dirt has been disturbed. Something isn't right. The air is heavier here. What path do you take last? Forward? The path ends and you stretch your ghostly limbs, seeming to have enjoyed your walk. However, there are more pressing matters to attend to now. What is it? You begin walking toward the morgue. Oh, you really want to be there, but there's no evidence to you anywhere. Oh, you can skip this. When you mean to? Oh yeah, this is what happened. The fire is everywhere. Oh. Yeah, he ran away. Uh-huh. Okay, fine, we're gonna help you this time. Well, we tried to help you, man. Watch him suffer, spoke Jude. What can happen if we did this? You step toward him slowly, carefully, the way you might walk toward a deer you want to see run. He jerks back. No, not you. You can't stop. You take another step, another. Jude stumbles away from you, his bare feet slap against the cold wood, slipping for a half second on the oil slick patch near the dead. He catches himself and stares wildly at the door. Flames lick up the sides of it now, dancing along the edge like they are inviting him through. He can't, so he runs to the window. The latch sticks. He stumbles with it. He's shaking, hand useless, slick with sweat and soot. He gets it open on the third try. The night air rushes in, cold and sharp and full of smoke. He hesitates. There is nowhere to go. The dome old, the ledge is narrow. There is no safe way down, but he climbs out anyway. You watch his foot slip once on the wet. Still, he almost catches himself. Almost. He falls. The sound he makes isn't a scream, not exactly. Something shorter, softer, like surprise, like the air getting punched out of him on the way down. What happened to him? Then he's gone. You hear the impact. Bone and concrete aren't meant to meet like that. You stare out after him for a long time, the wind pushing cold finger through your hair before you step back into the room. The fire rages behind you. You expect to feel something, but you don't. No real life, no justice, not even satisfaction. Just hollow, like something inside you burned up along with the rest of it. You glance at your hand. The ideas are still there, isn't Jude's. The edges are softer now, melted a little by the heat. Ethan's face is half warped. Jude isn't. His photo stares back at you. A sound behind you makes you turn. You expect to see Ethan, but it's Jude. Then he's not in the room anymore. Ethan is not in the room anymore. What? He goes, stands near the bed, the same clothes he died in, pulled them. He looks down at himself, frowning like he's trying to remember. Uh, Jude goes very slowly, you can tell, and you leave the room. As Ethan goes in the hallway, he watches you with a look you can't read. There is no relief in his face, no peace as he blinks and turns away from you. Ewa! This game! Oh. Uh-huh. It said there is two endings for this. Revenge? Well, I didn't want revenge. I want the other option. How the hell I can get the other option? Stop the game. You can skip this. Let's skip this and figure out what the game is. Why did you kill me? How about we talk to him? Ethan Stephen, his entire body going rigid. It's such a simple question, the only one that really matters. But they won't answer, you already know that. Fell slowly, tilting his head back against the bench, eyes closed for half a second. Sharp, like something breaking, like something slipping through the crack. He drags in a breath to calm himself, stifling his chuckles. His head turned slightly, eyes flickering behind him. Someone. But there is nothing there. Okay, let's see. Skip. You deserve to be. You mean it. You don't care what changed, what time has clouded. He still could be angry. He should still wasn't want answer, but just want justice. He doesn't argue with you. He just watches you for a long moment before giving you a small, quiet smile. Let's see. How can we get to the good ending? No, I like reading this part, but we need to go to the. We need to get the other ending. Wait. Okay, back. I mean, faith's strong word. I just Smack, please by yourself. La la la. Want just want revenge. Want justice. Reason tempers your rage. Bishkipu shkipu. What is the second ending? Wow. Which choice do you guys want me to go? Which choice do you guys wanna go? Let's skip to the Mogul. What's gonna happen? We begin walking toward the Mogul. Don't really want to. Oh. The neutral. Oh, come on. I cannot do it. I mean, there's no option for us. He's dying. Yeah, this is the end, the second ending. Dying. Seriously, man. Start the game. Maybe it's something we have to do with the... Let's try to get answers. Let's see. Well, obviously. Now let's skip. It would have to be... There should be something with the forest. Okay, let's read it. I like this one. You grin, rocking back on your heels, slightly watching him with deliberate amusement. Or maybe we are soulmates. Dewey blinks, the expression frees, his mouth open slightly like he wants to respond, but then he just... I was finishing my coffee, dulling the corners of his ears torn red. You step forward, tentatively leaning in. What, don't believe in fate? Well, Dewey lets out the world's most awkward laugh. He rubs the back of his neck, walking away, like the distant building suddenly holds the most interesting sight imaginable. I mean, fate's strong, what? I just know, I wasn't expecting that at all. Miss Mag, please with yourself. We neither of us expected to be married either, but here we are. Dewey groans, dragging a hand over his feet. Oh my god. You laugh it. Your laugh. It feels good, a moment of actual normalcy in all of this. He doesn't take it badly, honestly. From what you could tell, there was a hint of a smile behind it, the hand that hid his face. Okay. No, that figure. I want justice. There should be with the forest. People, well, I want you to go to the right. Go right. Okay. You look at Dewey. He doesn't say anything, just watches you, waiting for your decision. You exhale and nod toward the right. Let's go this way. What are we gonna find here? Dewey doesn't argue, just follow. The deeper you go, the more the air changes. Subtle pace, just shift, slight temperature difference. The wine doesn't move quickly here. The branch doesn't sway as much. Everything feels less still. You stop at crossroads. Leap past, stretching. Out ahead, Dewey steps beside you, his gaze flickering from one pass to the next. This place is starting to feel off. Yeah, I noticed. What? Come on. He follows with all the word. Okay, it did say the right. Okay, we are on the right path. He follows with all the words. Path narrow even more. Branches reaching down, like fingers trying to grab you. The ground beneath your feet is uneven and soft, in places where the dirt has become disturbed. Something isn't right. The air is heavier here. Oh. What path do you take past? Go left, forward. We did went forward last time. Didn't felt right. Let's go this. Oh, it does say it seemed the right path. You turn right again, walking a few paces. You consider turning back, but you smell something just as your feet shift. A full, rooting stench. It hits you all at once, twisting around the back of your throat, making your nose wrinkle. It's thick, pungent. Oh, unnatural. Oh! Do you smell like that? Dewey stops beside you. His eyes flicker. This is another. Okay, we can unlock another. I guess we unlocked another choice. His eyes flickers to the ground ahead, to the uneven patch of dirt just beyond the cheese. You follow his gaze. That patch of dirt is different. It's been disturbed. Ophelia. Pressure on the chest. Muted, lung full of dirt. Half covered with leaves, like someone tried to hide something and gave up halfway. You step forward and smell growing stronger, pressing against you. It's coming from there, whatever is under that dirt. That's what's rooting. Dewey doesn't move. He just stares at the spot. The base leg open its mouth. You think you hear a voice beneath the edge. Help. His hand twitching slightly. His expression has gone blank, like his mind has shut down. Your stomach torn, but you have to know, you have to see. You kneel, reaching out, fingers ghosting over the loose dirt, and it moves from under you, scattering away from your touch. The smell intensifies. It hits you like a punch to the gut. The overwhelming stench of death, decay, and something left to root alone for far too long. You grit your teeth, forcing yourself to keep going, pushing aside dirt, pulling away leaves until you see it. A hand. Pal. Shriveled, skin stretched tight over bone. Part of it missing, stripping away by time, insects or something else. Your breeze catches and you keep digging faster and frantic, dead below, over fabric, over a sleeve, over a face, and then you stop. It's him, Dewey. Dewey is staring down at himself. His mouth opens slightly and nothing comes out. He just stares. Okay, this game creeps me out, to be honest. It's real, and suddenly everything is different. Dewey. He takes a step back, just one. His expression stays frozen, but you can feel it, the way everything inside him has just snapped. The realization, the horror, the weight of it all pressing down at once. And you don't know what to say, because what the hell are you supposed to say to someone who just found their own grave? Dewey, you need to. Oh my god. Oh my god. The morgue, we need to. Dewey turns around, running in the direction of the morgue. What is it? He chases after him, struggling to keep up. He doesn't slow. Then he reaches the door. Without hesitation, he walks straight through it, vanishing into the dim, sterile light beyond. You follow. The morgue is quiet. Dewey is already searching. His movements are frantic, ripping open cabinet and pulling drawers loose. Your fingers skim through storage space, past files, past record, past things that should tell you nothing, but everything feels heavy with meaning. You know the evidence is here. It has to be. Dewey. He doesn't stop. His hand moves fast, shoving things aside without needing to touch anything, knocking over a tray. In the process, the clatter echoes through the room, but neither of you react to it. You are too close now, too close to stop. Then your eyes fall on something. A bag. Nothing remarkable, nothing fancy, just simple. Worn back, tucked into the back of the storage unit. You reach out, your fingers ghosting all the material before you pull it out and zipping it slowly. Inside, there are items, personal belonging, things shoved inside, carelessly, discarded, like they are no longer mattered. Most notable loot, old student IDs. You furrow your brows, pulling them out, flipping through them, names, face, all of them representing forgotten students who must have came through here at some point. Wait, one catches. Yeah, we can't skip this since we unlocked the new path. You have to grab it, half expecting it fall out of your ghostly hand, but it doesn't. Your fingers tighten around it as you bring it closer, staring at the name, the photo, the piece of puzzle that was missing until now. You freeze. Ethan Calloway. When you flip the ID over, you aren't meant to reveal Ethan's face. Oh, yeah, we know it. No, you are just not Ethan, Dewey. No, you are. It's not Ethan's Dewey. You don't breathe, don't move. This is wrong. So wrong. There's another one, another ID, another name. Jude Marshall. You frown, confused, breaking through the horror building in your chest. Your hands shake as you turn your ID over. Expecting what? Expecting a stranger face? someone you don't recognize, but it's not a stranger. Okay, it's the face you've been following this whole time. The face that you've spoken to haunted, tormented the face of a person. You thought you knew the face that was supposed to belong to Ethan. Oh, unfortunate. But it doesn't. Jude's face stares back at you. Oh, this is bad. Everything slots together. Jude isn't Ethan. Jude killed Ethan. You don't notice that your hand starts shaking. The ID card in your grip feels heavier than it should. Dewey, or rather Ethan, hasn't spoken to since you pulled the card out. He stands beside you, staring. He saw the ID as well, now his eyes back on you. Jude. The name is poisoning in your mouth, then flinch slightly. His fingers were twitching, like he wants to grab the card, but doesn't trust himself to move. Jude Marshall. The name feels foreign and familiar all at once. You know it now. You know him now, but still doesn't feel real. You turn looking at Ethan, really looking at him. His hands are clenched at his side, his shoulder tense, his eyes locked back onto the student ID, like they are time bomb waiting to go off, and maybe they are. You don't finish, you don't have to. Yeah, that's all he says. You dated a liar, murderer, snake who had shed its skin and donned the flesh of another to pretend it was something it wasn't. The weight of it hits all at once, a crushing, sinking feeling in your chest. The memories that moments, the way things never quite made sense. Ethan looks away, turning his hand back to you. His hands are shaking now, and he can't hide it anymore. I should have known sooner. Ethan. He paused momentarily as you call out his real name, his eyes meeting yours as you gently coax him to turn around. I should have remembered. His voice cracked slightly, something raw, unbroken, spelling out with the words. You don't know what you are supposed to say to someone who just realized they've been watching their own murderer wear their face. I promise to get you just as you deserve. Okay, we are back where we were. You grab around the ID charges as you turn to leave the morgue. You finally have something to scare Jude with, but you still feel lingering emptiness. You keep running your fingers over the edge of Ethan ID. You don't know if it's grounding you or cutting you open, maybe both. Ethan walks at you, silent. You're not sure if he is angry or grieving or empty like you. You don't know what to think, so you focus on returning to Jude's room. The dorms are dark by the time you get there. You stop just outside the building, staring up at the windows. You can't tell which one belongs to Jude from here, but he is up there. Ethan doesn't move, he just watches you, waiting for you to take the lead. After a pause, you do, beginning. You scant up the old building and reaching Jude's door. It's unlocked. You walk through it. The room is dim, light by the faintest glow from hallway. Jude's shape is easy to make out of bed, crawled toward the wall, one hand tucked beneath his pillow. He looks oddly peaceful then, even. You step inside and it's only taking a moment to realize you're alone. The hooded figure you've been seeing recently is inside Jude's room. Standing in front of Jude's dresser, pale fingers careful, sliding the drawers open one by one, quite meticulous, like they're searching for something. What the hell? You know, they're searching for something. Ethan's eyes, like yours, are fixed on them. Maybe it's his sister. Watching their every movement. They are here again. You watch the way they move, hands gliding over every object, like they already knew where things are kept. Ethan edged closer, pointing as though he can force the shadow to peel back and reveal a face. I can't. His hands flex useless at his sides. I still can't see them. The figure hood stays low over their head. Shadow, like some kind of evil sneaky guy. No face, no feature, nothing. A guy, you say? Maybe that's our friend. What's his name? Aubrey? They move to Jude's nightstand now, lifting a small journal and flipping through it, page by page. Their movements are precise, practiced even. You glance back at Jude, still asleep. What are they doing? I don't know. The figure finishes with the journal and sets it back to the place exactly where they found it. Then they turn toward the bed. Toward Jude. Ethan steps forward automatically, blocking the way, even though it's obvious the figure can't see them. You grabs his arm. Wait. There is a decide. Okay. There. This is it. Decide your fate. Yeah. What? This is what I really wanted to do. Place the IDs on Jude's nightstand. You step quietly. This is what I really wanted to do. I was imagining that while I was reading the story before we had the option to. Okay, it's kind of surprised me. You step quietly toward the nightshade. The lamp flickers. The flame's reflection dances along the hooded figure arm as it continues its searching, obviously to you. The flame dances along the hooded figure arm as it continues searching, oblivious to you. This isn't your revenge. It isn't your place, but it could be justice. Your hand shakes slightly as you reach toward the nightstand by Jude's bed. You set the IDs down quietly, deliberate. They make a soft click against the wood. It's a small sound in the dark, but it's enough. The figure frees, turning toward the nightstand. They stride toward the IDs with silent, sure step. There is something almost reverent about the way their fingers close around them. Then Jude stares. His eyes open, barely and red-rimmed. He looks around, confused, his breathing shallow. Then he sees the hooded figure standing at his nightstand, and his face shifts. Who the fuck are you? And what the hell are you doing here? The hooded figure doesn't answer. They take a step back and present the ID, gripping them tightly. Jude's expression twists, instantly recognizing them. He knows what's happening, even if he doesn't understand how. Panic scrambles across his features like an insect skitters under his skin. Give those back. Jude snarls, lunging for the figure. The figure darts away, fast and practiced. Jude is wild now, unhinged, the same way he was when you figured it out. Come back, you don't know what you are doing. But the figure doesn't stop. They throw open the dorm door and rush into the hall. Jude scrambles after them, barefoot and half-dressed, his face pale with fury. You hear him shouting as he runs, the echo bouncing off the old wooden walls. You follow them out into the night. The air outside is sharp, smelling like rain that hasn't fallen yet. You watch the figure duck into the shadows beyond the courtyard. Jude's legs now slower. He causes under his breath, punching at the brick walls when he can't keep up. You drift farther away from him toward the figure. They don't stop until they reach the edge of town. You realize where they are going. The police station. Makes sense in a way that feels heavy in your chest. You watch the figure step through the front door. You linger there for a moment before you move closer inside now. Standing by the desk, the figure slams the ID down in front of the officer on duty. You hear their voice sharp as a knife. Maybe it's Aubrey, our friend. You refuse to do anything without evidence. So here, identity shifts. My friend is still out there, and you people stop looking. The officer stares at them. Then the ID's recognition dawns on his tired face. His finger moves to pick up Ethan's ID fast, turning it over carefully. Jude's come next. Where did you get these? Dorm room, the one that used to belong to Ethan. You know, the real Ethan. The officer calls someone, another officer, and then another. The wheels start turning. That sneaky was Aubrey. The sneaky figure. Word spread fast in a small town. By morning, there is a search party camping the woods behind the school. Officers sweep the dormitories. The lake is drenched. Students whisper in clumps, wide-eyed, their voice hushed but frantic. It doesn't take long. They find Ethan's body beneath the roots of a gnarled old tree, hidden deep in the dirt like someone tried to bury and forget. But you can't bury a ghost, not really. You watch from a distance as they carry him out. You can't see his face, but you don't need to. You already said goodbye. The funeral is quiet, so no family comes to claim him. You stand by the grave as they lower him down, dead, falling like soft rain. Someone places flower at the marker. You're not sure, but it doesn't matter. He's home now. Jude is arrested 2 days later. The trial doesn't last long. There is too much evidence, too many mistakes. Taking Ethan's identity was his biggest one. Everyone believed he was Ethan until they found the real Ethan in the ground. The mask slips fast after that. Jude doesn't fight it. He just laughs something soft and broken. They lock him away. You visit the dormitory once after it all over. The room is empty, clean out, but you can still feel the weight of what happened there. You don't stay long. Evening falls slow tonight. Where's Ethan? The graveyard is quiet. The stones lean at odd angles, worn smooth by time and the weather. The grass is soft beneath your shoes. As you walk, the wind moves through the sheets with low, tired say. There you are. Ethan sits by his own grave. He's less pale now. Each day gives him back a little more of himself. He watches you approach with a small smile. You sit beside him. Even for a while, neither of you speak. The silence isn't heavy this time. It's easy, comfortable. After a while, you ask him a question. Do you have any regrets? He then looks down at his hand. His fingers brush over the carved letters of his name on the stone. The flowers beside it are fresh. Only one. You glance over. He's smiling again. Little shy. What is it? I wish I'd asked you out, but when I was alive. Okay. I mean, I was going to. I had everything planned out. I had asked you to meet in a letter, but then he cuts himself. What? You wanted to meet up with us? Oh, thing. You get the point. Oh, you died. You blink. The letter was took by Eve or by Jude, that moron. You blank, laughing after a moment. It's never too late. He glanced at you, his expression sharp. He wasn't expecting that. And then he leans forward, picking up one of the flowers by his grave, a small delicate thing, pale petals, edges, just starting to curl. He offers it to you. In that case, would you? Oh, he's asking us to go out. Well, that's the only good thing why we died. Ending. One justice. Oh, I like this ending. It's really good. Okay. Oh, that's it, I guess. There's only 2 endings for the game, guys. And if you like this kind of other game, you guys can go to the random section of my playlist. There where I put my novel games. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope I can see you in my next video. And don't forget to check on my merchandise also. Maybe you like something there. Bye bye. And please help me out. Reach monetization. Thank you for your time.